Hi, it's Mary Beth Shaw. I'm here today to show you my daily creative practice for October. And I talked about this when I did that travel video. We'll link up to that below so you can, take a look at that again. Because what I did was I took the pages with me on my anniversary trip. It was my 30th anniversary trip, and I wanted to just do the month of October and kind of dedicate it to things about me and John since it was our 30th anniversary. And I don't know, it just felt special, and well, it is special. Who's kidding who? This is my third marriage. This is a BFD for me. Anyway, and I adore John, and I wanted to memorialize some of our moments in the journal for this month. Plus, I, of course, wanted to include things regarding our trip. And as we were vacationing and celebrating, I found some elements that just were so synchronistic. It was crazy. I'm going to turn the camera now, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, and I'll show you the pages that I made. All right, here is my October daily creative practice, and as is my practice, I do not decorate the outside. I had done this at the beginning of the year. I do add the month feature there, October, but I do the inside pages. So here we are. You open it up, and it's like this, and then there's these two sections inside. And we went to Rhode Island. And Rhode Island is called the Ocean State for obvious reasons. It's on the ocean. And the thing that blew my mind is that there's so much water in Rhode Island. I'm not talking about the ocean. I'm talking about little bays and sounds and rivers and ponds. And it just is very delightful. We stayed in an Airbnb, and this is a photo I took of our little balcony that looked out on a body of water there. And I decorated this with a stencil by Ann Barnes. It just felt like it just felt like it worked for this page. So then when I open up the page, I took some matte parts here and then in here, and basically just started adding elements like I would do on my international trips where I'm gathering papers and adding parts. I did a little journal writing there on a piece of paper outside of the journal, and then I glued it in, and I put the word SEA, S-E-A, not S-E-E. And I tried to leave some blank spaces because I felt like the trip felt spacious to me. Like we could relax and just kind of be spacious with our feelings, and I don't know, it just felt spacious. And I had a picture of a lobster because we ate a lot of lobster. This was a hike we took at Beaver Tail State Park. We took this hike that ends up down here by the lighthouse. It's a loop hike. It's super, super pretty. And you will see through these pages some stencils that you've never seen before. Sneak peek, sneak peek. Stay tuned for January Stencil Club. That's all I got to say. Okay, yeah, those are part of them. Okay, and then this back page, this is part 2. And that's another place where we got Seafood Gardener's Wharf seafood. And then I brought some things from home, some collage parts that I added in. And remember when I showed you those words on tissue? Well, I used those to kind of add, sort of so-called captions for my pages. So this page is about Discover, and it's Discover Rhode Island. So this insert is, the first part is this restaurant, Coast Guard House. That is where we actually went for dinner the evening of our anniversary, and that was really nice. There's another little stencil tidbit right there. And this is a little stencil tidbit, as is this. This is a packing tape transfer from a magazine, and then I stuck it on a piece of white architectural paper so you could see elevations 77 through there. And 7/7 is my birthday, and elevations, I don't know, it just, I work so intuitively. These things feel right to me. Say yes. Say yes. This is who I want to be. I've been around a lot of people, won't mention names lately, who say no a lot. And I want to be the person who says yes. I want to say yes. Dave's Fresh Marketplace, a place we bought all of our groceries while we were there. Super, super cute. Then you go to the inside and you see little bits of more stencil parts here all around. This will make so much sense when you see the January stencils. And I've got to tell you, I don't know, this whole spread is synchronicity at its best. So before we left on the trip, I was kind of poking around the house, and I had my things packed because I had filmed my video already, right? You saw that, the travel video. Well, then I was downstairs looking for something, I can't even say what, and I found all of John's these little pocket travel, or these pocket calendar things he used to use way back in the day. And I remembered we were clearing out some stuff a long while back, and I found all these and saw them, and he was getting ready to toss them, and I said, do you mind if I keep them? And he said, no, you can keep them. Well, I went through those, and sure enough, there was one for the year 1993, which was when we got married, and I found his page where he had wedding marked on there. And it was so cool in his handwriting, and the people who were coming in from out of town, their flights, and oh my gosh, that just meant the world to me. And that the week before 12:30, Ray, that was the guy who was doing my my wedding ring. I don't even have my wedding ring on today, but I'm sure you've seen it in other videos. So, the wedding, John M.B. So that was very synchronistic to find that calendar page, and that meant the world to me. Then, second piece of synchronicity. While we were in Rhode Island, I hadn't started working on this spread yet, and we had coffee with Sarah Short, one of our newer designers. And I had never met Sarah in person, and I really wanted to meet her. So we had coffee with her in Wakefield, which is an adorable little town. And there was a used bookstore right next to the coffee place. And she and I were over there poking around like we do in the vintage materials they were selling. And they had these tiny little books that they were selling for $3. And it was just a little pamphlet from, gosh, I don't even know when. I think from the early 1900s. They were very, very old. First one I picked up, it flops open and it says 30 years ago. Well, if that isn't synchronistic, I don't know what is, because yeah, we got married 30 years ago, and I'm like, yep, I need to buy this. So I did, and that was really super cool. So that's the whole meaning of this page. It's just about our wedding, and which we have been living together, and we had our wedding in our living room, very small group of people. But anyway, and then we looked at this one already. Okay, so that's that. Now, looking back at, this is the gatefold that the whole thing goes into, and I was so smitten with all the flowers that I made this little collage piece with my my sprocket, like I did that other photo of the deck at our house. And I just wanted to remember those flowers. I have more collage bits involving the stencils I was telling you about that will be coming out in January, StencilClub. Dare to Love. All right, this is maybe more information than you want in an art video, but that was me when I met John. I had been married twice. I had 2 super short, unsuccessful marriages in a row. Just boom, boom. And I was done, and I met John, and I dared to love. So there's that bit of sappiness. Hopefully it hasn't gone over the top for you. And this inside spread, this is the biggest part of the whole thing, and I just kind of filled it up with little words and another sprocket picture of me and John by the beach. This was that first day, that beaver tail hike, and just made some dots like I do, and use stencils and have logos from a place we ate, George's of Galilee. If you ever go to Rhode Island, if you ever go to Rhode Island, look up this restaurant. I can't remember the town, but it's by the ferry that goes over to Block Island. So we went there twice. We loved it so much. So anyway, this is what I do when I'm in my room, in our little space in the evenings. And I'm so thrilled to have this memory of our trip that will be in my 2023 journal. And I'm pretty excited about how it's coming along. I've only got 2 more months, November and December, and I don't think I've ever stuck with a journal for a whole year. So I know this will be one that I cherish, and I'm grateful to Andrea Shembelo for teaching me this design. And anyway, I'm grateful to all of you for watching me. So I will see you next time. Everybody take care.